In the Everglades there's a way of life. It's a way of peace without stress or strife. There's a fellow there who protects these rights. Lincoln Vale of the Everglades. But they'll fight for rights and the homes they've made. Simple grassroots people of the Everglades. There's a natural danger and a man to face. Lincoln Vale of the Everglades. The man on patrol in the Everglades. Moving, ever moving, moving, ever moving through the Everglades.
Calling Lost River. Headquarters to Lost River. Headquarters calling Lost River.
This is Lost River Station headquarters. I've been expecting to hear from you.
You have?
Let's see, 2 boats coming up on the port side. A speedboat and an airboat. You want me to be nice to them, right?
Well, I sure do. Link, the man is Amory Cutler, the well-known scientist, biologist. He's in the Glades to do some research. I'm assigning you as a guide. Doak Williams will replace you. Good luck. Over and out.
Over and out.
Watch what you're doing. Those are precision instruments.
These boys are sure-footed as cats, Mr. Cutler. You don't have to worry about them. Hiya, Link.
Hello, Billy Bob. Tom. Doak.
Mr. Cutler, this is Link Vale.
Hello. I warned you about being careless. You clumsy fool. Now look what you've done.
Amory, please don't.
It's my fault. Sorry, I must have left the lock open. It's my fault, really.
Now, Mr. Vale, my loving wife, Amanda.
Excuse me.
Starting so soon, Amanda?
I was merely going to ask for a drink of water.
Well, of course you were, my dear. Or a place to wash your hands or comb your hair. Isn't that the way it always starts at first?
Hey, Marie, please, must we always go through this? Is it a crime for me to be nice to people?
You use the word nice advisedly.
Amory, I wish...
You wish I were dead. You find my conversation interesting? Well, go on, get back to work. We haven't got all day.
Excuse me, may I come in?
Oh, come in, Mrs. Cutler.
Terribly thirsty. I wondered if I might have a glass of water.
Sure. Mr. Williams, 1 glass of water, please. 1 glass of water coming up. Now, Mrs. Cutler, if you'll excuse me, I want to put the sleeping bag in the airboat.
Mr. Vale. Well, perhaps we could be less formal. My name is Amanda.
Well, that's a pretty name.
Thank you.
I'll try and remember it.
What's all this nonsense about transferring to a swamp buggy?
Oh, well, we're in the middle of a drought, Mr. Cutler. First we've had in the Glades in 10 years. Swamp buggy will make where we're going more accessible.
I'm quite capable of determining when there's a drought.
You have enough weapons here to hold down a fort. I thought you were here to do some research. Scientific?
I am. But like all good scientists, I also appreciate exactness and precision. In short, I appreciate truth. And to me, there is no greater moment of truth than the moment of death. That moment at which the bullet enters the living body and kills.
Well, it's the truth, all right. Especially to the thing that gets killed.
Link, that rifle's loaded.
I'll put it this way. We're all here awaiting an appointment with death. We have to face the fact of death sooner or later. Oh, as long as I enjoy hunting, why shouldn't I indulge myself?
No reason. Except some game is always out of season. No offense. But, it gets pretty rugged out in the glade sometimes. Might be easier on Mrs. Cutler if she stayed in Gladestown. Doak here can find a room at the hotel for her.
Well, that's very kind of you, but you may have noticed my wife has a penchant for masculine company. I prefer it be mine. Amanda?
So far, everything's gone according to plan. I only hope they left the keys to the ignition.
Oh, doesn't that belong to the Everglade Patrol?
No, it doesn't. The chief arranged to borrow it from a friend of his.
Oh, well, that was very nice. I have to remember to thank him, Amory.
The milk of human kindness curdles on you, Amanda. Be yourself. It suits you better.
You're right. Sometimes I do wish you were dead.
What's the matter?
Over there.
Oh, it's only an alligator. They won't hurt you unless you step on one.
I'm sorry. Forgive me for being foolish.
Oh, you weren't foolish. The alligators sometimes do blend in with the surroundings. You have to be careful where you step around here.
Yes, Mr. Vail. We will. All of us.
It isn't much of a cabin, but it'll have to do. Mr. and Mrs. Cutler, you'll sleep inside. Fellas and I'll stay outside in the ground. Maybe you could help unload the Swamp Lizzie while I show Mr. and Mrs. Cutler the cabin.
you've broken them. You stupid fool, I warned you.
Amory, please, it was my fault. Now, he was only trying to help.
Are you all right?
My ankle, I think it's twisted.
I'm sorry about what happened, fellas. I'll have to take Mrs. Cutler in the cabin and bandage her ankle.
Okay, Link. But I'm telling you now, if he jumps either Tom or me again, Mr. Cutler is liable to end up dead.
Well, I wonder how long he's going to keep that up.
Maybe until the devil inside of him is dead.
You're right. Sometimes I do think there's a devil in him.
Hey! Shouldn't be walking on that ankle.
Oh, thank you. I don't want to be a burden.
Come on, sit down.
I've caused you enough trouble already.
Here, let's take a look at this.
Ow! Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Link, I know what you must be thinking. You're right. He's the cruelest, most inhuman person I've ever known.
Well, why stay married to him?
Well, you've heard of the landed gentry?
Oh, we became unlanded. Bad investments, one after another. Good money after bad, until finally there was nothing left. We managed to spend our way through Dad's entire estate. And there I was, left high and dry with nothing but my social graces. Tea, Mrs. Vanderhorn? A lump of sugar, Mr. Aldrich? It's all very nice, but you can't bank it.
And then Amory Cutler came along.
Oh, he not only came along, he set up an unlimited banking account for my mother.
And for that you married him? And stayed unhappily married ever afterward, huh?
Ever afterward. I don't know how much longer I can go through with it. Night after night. I dream of killing him. Every time he hits me,
Amanda. Well, I wish there was something I could do to help.
Well, the only thing that would help is Amory's death.
I'd better get you inside. Oh, she'll be all right. She'll just have to stay off that ankle for a couple of days, that's all.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, look, I guess I owe you an apology. Well, you boys, too. See, my disposition leaves something to be desired, but, well, I am sorry. But my work is very important. I might even say vital. And I need your help.
Well, I'm assigned to help you, Mr. Cutler. As far as the Osceola brothers are concerned, they're my friends. It's up to them if they want to stay.
Well, now, maybe if I explain something about my work to you, you might understand and, well, maybe agree to stay on, huh?
We'll listen.
What we're looking to discover are new forms of energy and life. Life which, in the future, may be the world's primary source of protein and mineral.
Oh, I read about that. Something about a scientific foundation?
Yes, the heads of the foundation, Welch and Reed, are in the Antarctic right now, trying to probe the silt and mire beneath the ice.
Maybe I've been reading wrong papers, but I don't understand. And what's that got to do with Everglades?
Well, I picked this up a minute ago on the hammock. Now, to you, it's waste. Silt, slime, muck, call it what you will, but it's found only in the glades. Now, science thinks it's teeming with this life, from tiny diatoms to undiscovered minerals. Now, this has been exposed to the air. Now, I need your help to get at the stuff that's normally beneath the water. This drought has given us the first chance in years to study this, but I can't do it alone.
Would you please help him? He's been under a nervous strain. Needs help and cooperation from all of us.
The perfect understanding wife. Thank you, my dear Amanda.
Well, what do you say, boys? I think we ought to help him.
Okay, Link, if you say so.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Oh, by the way, you think we might run into any deer?
We might?
Oh, you haven't anything against hunting, have you?
Well, no, as long as you only stick to game that's in season.
Oh, good. We'll go when we finish work. They tell me the animals here in the glades are pretty tricky. All right, get the guns, boys.
We have enough of this glades muck to take care of your scientific equipment for a while. I think I'll load some of it up and get on back to the hammock.
I'm sure Mrs. Cutler is all right. Don't worry about her.
I'm sure she is.
We'll stay here. Maybe we can at least bag a deer. That looks like a place they might use for a watering area. I'll take a position over here. You take a position over that ramp. And you boys, you fan out of the sawgrass. You stay concealed, huh? If you see anything, drive it toward us. I'll wait till you get in position. Then I'll walk straight up there. I suggest you angle across to meet me at the end of the stand. And let's hope the boys have flushed something to shoot at.
Let's, be careful with our firearms, huh? We don't want to have any accidents.
I know what I'm doing. Now, if the boys do drive anything out, I'll take the first shot. If I miss, then it'll be up to you. And Constable Vale, remember you're aiming for a deer.
go tell her.
Hi, Link. You back so soon? Oh, I must have slept the whole time.
Amanda, there's been an accident. Your husband was killed.
Amory? Well, what happened?
Well, I made it look like an accident.
You?
I shot him for you.
For me?
Now we can be together.
Together, you and me.
You'd be an easy woman to love, Amanda.
Particularly with money. Oh, come on, don't be a fool, Link. Do you know how long I've waited for this? You think I'm going to throw it all away on some backwoods yokel?
Forget to limp? I noticed your ankle earlier this morning. You forgot, and you stood on it. I also noticed that you just took a walk in the sawgrass. Forget to, wipe off the grass stains? Grass in the shoes?
Link, I was afraid. I didn't know what to do.
Shot him in the back, huh? You see, that's how we knew. It would have been an impossible shot for us. He was hit from behind.
Link, you could say that an Indian did it. And we could go away together, you and me. I've got a lot of money now.
Where you're going, you won't be able to spend it. Hi, Doak.
Hi, Link.
Welcome to Gatorville.
Chief Anderson gave me a message to give you. He had to leave town. Some people are arriving, and he wants you to act as their guide.
Some people?
Scientists.
Wives? Well?
Not this time.
Come on inside.
This is Ron Hayes. I play the part of Constable Lincoln Vale in the Everglades, America's last remaining frontier. And here are a few exciting scenes you'll see in the weeks to come. Be sure and join us next week and every week for another exciting adventure in the Everglades.
In the Everglades, there's a way of life. It's a way of peace without stress or strife. There's a fellow there who protects these rights. Lincoln Vale of the Everglades, the man on patrol in the Everglades. But they'll fight for rights and the homes they've made. Simple grassroots people of the Everglades. There's a natural danger and a man to face. Vale of the Everglades, the man on patrol in the Everglades. Moving, ever moving through the Everglades. Moving, ever moving through the Everglades. Moving, ever moving through the Everglades.